What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for your second Tottenham update of the day. And we're going to start off with a potential outgoing Emerson Royale. Jack Pickbrook says there has been interest in Emerson Royale from Saudi Arabia for some time. And he also goes on to say that Tottenham do want to sign an alternative option for the right-back position this summer. Can you see Emerson going to Saudi?
Yeah, I said I definitely can. Obviously, I think his main priority would be to get a good move to AC Milan or a good team in Europe. But if that deal doesn't go through, I do see Emerson as the kind of player who, if there's a big money offer on the table and there's not too many good options for him, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up saying yes to Saudi, considering there's quite a few Brazilians who are gone out there already to those leagues. And I think he'll probably understand that, yes, he's a good player, but Saudi is going to be the best option for him in terms of getting that kind of wage packet. You're not going to get that anywhere else. And look, he is a good player, but he's not going to be one of these guys who's... I know he's had a good career when he's Barcelona and Spurs and potentially other big clubs after him, but I think he's got to realise he's got a big opportunity. So unless there's a big club coming in for him, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes there.
Yeah, do you reckon he'll be thinking like, well, maybe I should stay in Europe and maybe the Saudi offer will come around again? So he's still fairly young.
Yeah, 23, 24?
I think he's 25, yeah.
25? We signed him at 23. I wouldn't. Yeah, for sure. I think he's still got many years ahead of him, so there shouldn't be a rush. But I also don't think, unless he's getting a really good offer from somewhere, I think Saudi could be a good option now.
Yeah, in terms of alternative options to buy at right back, is there anyone you got your eye on at the moment?
I'm trying to remember who we did in our. There's the guy from Feyenoord, Gerrit. Can't remember his name. The guy from Feyenoord who's kind of versatile, Gertruda. That's it, Gertruda. I think I really like him, and I think he's versatile, can play midfield as well. I really like the look of him. Yeah,
the guy that we didn't have on our list was Archie Gray, and he's really interesting. Played predominantly at right back this year for Leeds, did fill in at CDM and in the further forward in the central midfield positions as well. With the age he is and the ability that he's showing, and with them potentially wanting to get Joe Rodon off us, I think we should be looking at that kind of deal.
100%. The problem is apparently Bayern want him. So whether he'll pick us, but
Dragushin picked us over Bayern.
I would go Archie Gray would be my number one. I think there's going to be a lot of interest. There's going to be a big bidding war for him, in my opinion. So whether we can come out on top of that, we'll have to wait and see. But he would be. I think naturally he's a natural midfielder, but has filled in at right back this season for Leeds, and has been
exactly what we're looking for.
So, yeah, why not?
Next up, let's talk about Conor Gallagher once again. Miguel Delaney says Aston Villa have a strong interest in Conor Gallagher, while Tottenham are still looking at the 24-year-old. But it's not seen as an easy deal to do, not as easy as it would have been a year ago, apparently.
Which is surprising. Why is it more difficult a year ago?
Because a year ago he wasn't considered as serious part of their proper plans, was he?
I see. But now he's got a year left. They're under serious strain for PSR, so you'd assume they're more likely to do a deal. But I guess, yeah, a year ago he had a poor season, the season before that, so maybe they're thinking more likely to get rid of him now. He's been captain. He's been a main part of their team. I think from a PSR point of view, it's probably more complicated for Villa than it is for us. But again, whether Chelsea wouldn't deal with us has always been the main sticking point in this deal.
Yeah, I do kind of feel like with Conor Gallagher, I like him. I think he's a good player, but I just feel like we've just got so many other pressing topics. If we're going to spend that kind of money, we need to spend it on the six. We need to spend it on the forward line. We need at least 2 more additions in that forward line to make it an improvement on next season. So, if we are going to spend that kind of money, I would prefer to spend it in those areas.
Agreed. But if we see it as an opportunity which doesn't seriously affect the budget, then we should do it.
Yeah. Heung-min Son, Jack Pickbrook says that Spurs will trigger an option in Heung-min Son's contract, which means that that he is under contract now until 2026. So that's a year extension, which is music to all our ears. Obviously, a captain, really good season for him. Did drop off a bit towards the end, but it doesn't make me think twice about, obviously, the calibre of the man, the calibre of the player, and what he represents to Spurs.
Does that come with a pay rise, do we think? Because it's an extension, not a
No, I don't think it would do.
So that's... If I'm Sonny, he's just become captain, and I don't think he's signed a contract since become captain.
No.
So surely that would be time to renegotiate a bit of his deal. But Obviously, extending the contract makes complete sense, seeing as he's only got a year left now. So extend it to 2, and maybe in a year's time, we can think about a new contract.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will do that. And last but not least, there's been some notable and significant changes to the Carabao Cup coming this year. The Carabao Cup has been forced to adopt a seeding mechanism to ease the fixture pile-up caused by the new format of the UEFA competitions. Ranking will ensure Champions League qualifiers do not draw Europa League teams in the early stages of the competition, with the third round of the EFL Cup fixtures now to be spread over 2 weeks to further the ease of congestion. So I guess when you're looking at that, and Spurs obviously a Europa League team for next season, that should work in our favour.
Definitely. Obviously, if you're a club not in Europe, you're probably not too happy about it, because it means you're more likely to be knocked out earlier. You're more likely to be drawn against a better quality team. From Spurs' point of view, it helps us. It makes sense because the calendar now becoming even more congested with 2 extra game weeks being taken up by European fixtures.
Newcastle must be fuming
due to the due to the new formats. Newcastle, they won't be happy because it affects them quite badly, and it affects the EFL in not too bad. So it's not good for them. But as a European club, it suits us. But something had to be done. I'm just trying to work out how that helps. I'm trying to work out how it helps that problem. Why seeding it would lessen the congestion.
I don't think it changes anything, to be honest, because they're still playing the same amount of games.
No, because I think that. So the reason it helps is because if two teams play against each other, as opposed to playing against. I don't know how it helps. I'm trying to work it out. I'm trying to work out in my head why.
I don't think it changes much.
But it has to. Why have they done it then?
I don't know. I really don't know.
They said it's to ease congestion, so there must be some sort of logic behind it.
Unless there's a further buy, I don't know. But they're not saying anything like that. But there's still going to be the same amount of games.
Yeah, but it's about where they're played. So because they're spread over 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm trying. I don't know how. I don't know why. Don't know why it helps. Must be a reason. If you can tell us in the comments, maybe there's a reason why I'm missing. But I can't really see how that helps congestion too much.
It is a bit perplexing, to be honest. But I get the sticking point is it's going to be work in favour and of the benefit to Tottenham Hotspur. So I'm happy in that situation. But if this came a year ago, we'd be absolutely fuming.
Probably, yeah.
So it is what it is. That is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts regarding all the news stories we brought to you today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.